So now let's look at deleting nodes from the DOM structure. So after this presentation, that's what you'll understand, how to delete nodes from the DOM. And that is all related to this command, remove child. So let's look at an example. First, we find a particular element that we want to delete, a particular node in the DOM structure. So here we're searching for something with the name myPara, doesn't matter what the name is, search for something. And then we have to ask the parent of that child to delete it. So you have to say, from the thing that you just found, go up to the parent, ask the parent to remove the child. Now, that thing may have lots of children, right? It may have like 5 or 8 different nodes under it. So you have to say, remove which child. So it's quite kind of annoying, a bit troublesome to remove a node from the DOM structure. Okay, so again, you find the thing that you want to remove, and then you go up from that thing to the parent and you say, please, parent, remove that child. And you have to say exactly which child. So it's quite annoying, quite troublesome. So here's 3 example pieces of code, which are also on the next slide, for deleting one element in this particular DOM structure. There's a body element, and it's got a paragraph. That's the first thing in the web page. That paragraph has some text, and then there's some more text, and so on. The complete DOM is not shown. Our target is to delete this paragraph, just as an example. So what we have is 3 sets of code which will delete that paragraph. So let me zoom in on those code. So one way to do it is find the name of that node, and then, as we just illustrated, ask the parent to remove that child, remove that particular child. That works, it will disappear. Another way is find the thing that you want to make disappear using the other methods we've talked about, like tag name. I'm trying to throw away the first paragraph. Okay, so find all the paragraphs and give me the very first paragraph. 0 means the first one. So that gives me the very first paragraph in the web page. And then I do the same thing. Okay, from that item, go up to the parent, ask the parent to remove the child, this particular child. That would also delete that first paragraph. Here's another example. This one a little bit different. This one, we search for the body. So that's going straight to the parent. So search for the body, that's the parent at the top. And then we can ask the parent straight away. We can say, okay, parent, please remove your child. Which child? Well, it's this child. And you have to be very precise, and you have to point to the exact child that you want. So that is another way to delete the first paragraph in a web page. So different ways to delete things. And run our first example. Hello has disappeared. That was our first paragraph. Let's reload the page and then run our second one. Hello has disappeared. That was the first paragraph using slightly different code. And then here's our third one. And again, hello has disappeared. And that was using our code which goes straight to the parent. Okay. And again, to reset, I just reload the web page. Back to our presentation. So here's the code that we were just running in our example. That was a body, and that was our web page, and we just had 3 buttons. Those buttons were just running different functions. First function, second function, third function. This is the first part of the web page, and here's the part which has the actual JavaScript. And those are the 3 functions which we were executing. First one, search for the name, and then ask the parent to remove the child. Second one, search for the first paragraph, ask the parent to remove the child. Third one, search for the parent straight away. And then from the parent, remove the child, and then you have to refer to the child a bit more precisely. So let's look at another possibility. Sometimes you want to delete all children, not just one child, but all children. For example, perhaps you want to throw away everything in the web page. Well, the web page is stored in the body node, and so you could go to the body node and then dump everything underneath the body node. So that's what we're doing here in this example. So let's run the example first. In this example, we just run some JavaScript and it's all the children in the body node. As you can see, everything's gone, including the button, because the button was also a child of the body node. Let's carry on with our presentation. All right, so let's clarify what we just did with that example. This was our web page before we did anything clever with JavaScript. We had a body, it had a paragraph, it had a bit of text, it had a break, it had another paragraph with a bit of text. Doesn't really matter what it had. And then we ran some JavaScript code and it deleted all the children of the body. Now, when you delete the children, the things underneath those things, the nodes underneath the nodes which get deleted, they also disappear because they can't be connected, so they've also disappeared. So we have, in this example, 6 nodes that get destroyed and thrown away. The result is this, just the body element by itself. So that's what we just saw, and this is the key code. We searched for something called the body, and that was the name of the body. And then we had a loop, okay, a little JavaScript loop. So that loop, it keeps repeating, repeats again and again, and it says while the body has a child, while it has a first child, remove the first child. So it will remove the first child, and then it will check, is there still a first child? Yes, there is. Then it will remove the first child. Check again, is there a child? Yes, remove, and it keeps repeating in a loop and removes all of those children of the body. What does this say here? Another way of typing this would have been while the node first child exists. That's the kind of English version of what we're looking at. While there is a first child. While the first child is not nothing. That's other English ways of thinking about what's happening here. So we have a loop, keeps repeating while there is a child. So there's the whole code. We had a web page, lots of things inside it, and then we clicked it, and then we ran some JavaScript code, searched for the body, and then as a loop to go through and destroy every child. So that's the end of our examples talking about deleting nodes.